जहाँ पे there are people in a circle drinking from a cup जो बस उनको पी के बस कहाँ पड़ जाती है.
Can you repeat that again? The game was too loud.
मतलब वो they take you to a remote village जहाँ पे वो एक आग जला के लोग एक सर्कल में बैठे होते हैं, they are drinking from a cup.
अच्छा वो
और फिर
वाला
उसके
ठीक है.
बाद you get a
Tribesmen and then
crazy
you.
yeah वो कोई मतलब tribal drugs are there.
Yeah. Well, Ayushka or whatever, all those weird ass
हाँ that
fucking.
one that
Yeah,
that's also
yeah.
there. Yeah.
I know, I
उसका
know.
trip भी सही है.
I know what shit you're talking about. वो करना चाहिए
बस
कभी तो वैसे.
कर ले प्लान आ जा कभी बस.
हाँ ठीक है, but मैं आ भी जाऊंगा ब्रो. मैं बहुत जलंधर is fucking boring bro. मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा. I'll be like हाँ भाई सैंडी आ गया मैं जयपुर
तो हाँ
बता.
बस सही है वो वही होना चाहिए. मेरा ऊँट आ ही जाएगा तेरे को लेने वो
ठीक है
एयरपोर्ट
सही ना. And anyways तू तो जयपुर से है तो तेरे को तो पता ही है सब.
पे. सब पता है मुझे.
Yes, it does. If it's not perfect, I'll let them down.
No, just sing from your heart. You weren't born to be perfect. You were born to be you.
वैसे अभी इस टाइम आई वुड हैव बीन नियर like 4 hours away from you in चंडीगढ़, but हम लोग ने कल ज़्यादा पी ली तो हम गए नहीं.
हाँ तो चंडीगढ़ जा रहा था ना.
वो हुआ ही नहीं.
अच्छा
Never happened. पर अब तू कह रहा है बारिश हो रही है तो अब मैं थोड़े दिन में आ जाऊंगा.
हाँ हाँ it's like raining dude.
ओ dude ये क्या हो गया? God of War बन गया क्या?
God of War बन गया bro.
कर मूव. हाँ
हाँ वो नया गेम.
yeah dude.
Oh, it's super nice, dude. I do not know if you can hear the audio. Like she has her heartbeat is racing because she's like
Yeah.
like she has anxiety, right?
Hard.
So the controller is also vibrating at the same pace.
Oh shit. वो मेल ऑफ द स्पीशीज को फक ऑफ क्यों बोल दिया गया?
No, she had more issues to deal with. You have to realize. So it is condescendingly smart that array she
Oh,
had
yeah.
more personal issues to fucking get over.
वो नहीं वो थिक बॉय
आ गया भाई. देख ऐसा तो नहीं है तेरे को इग्नोर कर दिया भाई. Thick boy with the big dick is like you know
बस.
up in the house yo.
This is gonna be special.
Nice.
बस स्विच ऑफ करना वो करना है उसका चाहिए.
What is my job? You serve butter. Rick and Morty. What is my purpose? Oh no.
I really like this season man of
Rick and Morty.
ये वाला था.
भाई वो सही नहीं है जिसके अंदर वो सुपर हीरो बंदी को डंप कर देता है.
हाँ इससे पहले वाले में they were making a comment on all the Avengers and all. पिछले सीजन में there was a episode ना where all the heroes are there. Fuck dude, even that was good.
और इस बार तो वो भी है ना न्या और वो एकदम वोल्ट्रॉन में चले जाते
Oh
हैं.
yeah. अरे हाँ they tackled finally anime and all. बस.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, what would glow sticks know, dude? Sing anything.
Come on, May. You can do this. I believe in you. Come on.
stop doing drugs.
I found your favorite song. You can listen to it when you feel better.
Thanks, kiddo.
ये बच्ची फाइनल बॉस होनी
I love
चाहिए.
you, Mum.
इसको नहीं मार रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है, सॉरी, मैं क्विट कर दूंगा गेम उसी के उसी पे. Fuck you.
चाइल्ड सर्विसेज आ जाएंगे इमीडिएटली.
You can do this, May.
Bro, there are so many humanoid bosses in Dark Souls 2. मतलब बस देख लेना तू क्या
सही, बस पैरी करने वाला हूँ सबको मैं जाके.
हाँ.
That was beautiful, May.
Thank you.
Oh. I guess this is the end.
I guess so.
But you're right, they didn't actually tackle their daughter.
I guess the daughter didn't have issues, just the adults have issues. Kids are simple as fuck, right? Yeah.
True.
Which makes sense, like if they resolve their issues, then the daughter resolves their issue, right? Like, because that's the biggest problem that she has.
Huh. The last two stages were much easier.
Yeah.
Or we
And
got
shorter
better at it,
also.
I guess.
And
Yeah.
shorter also.
Shorter
But
also, yeah.
visually stunning, I would still say.
Yeah.
Lateral one. Like bombastic. Like. Earlier were longer, but simpler. Like visually.
But they were much longer. Like the one with the magnets, और उसके बाद कौन सा था? हाँ, clockwork वाला. Even that was pretty long. Oh, done. Nice.
So beautiful. No.
Kum.
Heal
Book of Love Kumar.
all. Adios.
Hey. Please don't be assholes when you guys wake up.
Rose. Cody,
May.
it worked.
Yeah, we're back.
Where's Rose?
I don't know.
Can you please fix the fucking elephant, dude? My heart. My fucking mind.
नहीं होगा वो बिल्कुल भी होगा वो oh this guy also did he murdered him I think
Yeah, we definitely murdered him.
Hey,
What?
a letter.
Dear Mum and Dad, I'm sorry that I did this to you. I know how to make everything good again.
No.
oh
All you have to do is stop fighting. I know I'm not a perfect daughter.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry I don't like to brush my teeth. I'm sorry I read books after bedtime. I'm sorry I don't put my toys where they should be. I know it's my fault you want a divorce.
She's blaming herself.
She thinks it's her fault.
I'll leave you alone so you can become friends again. You should be friends. I love you, Mum. I love you, Dad.
Oh, poor summer
Yes.
child. They
I
are
have my
assholes.
pocket money to buy a bus ticket. Don't worry. I packed a sandwich and a lollipop.
Oh no.
Fucking dumb kid. Oh, the bus driver is gonna be the Book of Love guy, or what?
oh is it
Sweetie,
oh,
I'm just guessing.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about me. You can go home.
no. Rose, honey, it's not your fault that we've been fighting.
It isn't.
No, Rose. It was never your fault.
Okay. So, does that mean you can become friends again?
Honey, listen, whatever happens, your mom and me, we will always be there for you.
And we'll always love you.
Always.
Okay.
Come here.
The Book of Love.
oh there it is.
Where did you find this?
I found it at school. In a trash can.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Sometimes you can find real treasures in the trash.
Come on. Let's go home.
Okay, so Rose, if your mom had to fight an aggressive squirrel double her size, who do you think would win?
Mum, of course.
You're right. That's why I like to hang out with her.
Cody, I used to think you were completely irrational. But I have to say, you make more sense now.
It took two. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
That's the trophy.
And they did complete the full circle, like for the kid also, but that without the gameplay.
Yeah.
Which is fine, like, I'm fine with that. A wholesomely lovely game, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, dude. Unexpectedly.
And we got so much hours out of the fucking game, dude. To be dead
Yeah.
honest. Easily more than 10 hours.
Easily. Yeah.
Hey, they
I
fixed
think
it. They fixed it. They
They
fixed it.
fixed it. Oh, redemption.
I'm fucking
Humanity
happy, dude.
restored.
Humanity restored.
Nice.
Nice. Fucking lovely game, dude. And we got easily more than like 12 or 14 hours से ज़्यादा gameplay we got out of it. Dude.
Ha, true. And that too when we were just like kind of just going speedrun.
And I can totally see if non-gamers or someone plays it with a non-gaming spouse or like family person, it could like slightly take them longer to do the complex
Ah,
like,
that's true,
stuff.
that's
Like, and they did a very nice thing of like balancing gameplay, which is it stays fresh through and through. Like totally through and through stays
Yeah,
fresh.
dude.
Like it does not become boring at any point. I never felt it was dragging on at all.
Huh.
Like,
We're just saying a lot because a lot of big RPGs can't manage that. Dude. Like I'm experiencing that with Mass Effect and even every other game I'm playing.
Another
That's
best
not
thing
a
is
problem.
they didn't care about like, oh yeah, we're introducing something new, because biggest thing is game design, like people tend to do that, like, oh, what if you introduce something new in the last half of the game? How will
Huh.
people feel? They're like, yeah, so what, dude? We'll just like add new stuff, take it away, then add no more new stuff, and then take it away, and the scene changes like drastically. No, that's fucking awesome, dude. Like it's realizing that like it's more to gear towards fun rather than like, oh, am I missing? It's not FOMO. There is no leveling up of skills. Like I'm so happy, dude. This thing did not have leveling up of things. And another
Huh.
awesome thing would be their checkpoint system was super forgiving. So it was super nice to have a forgiving like checkpoint system. Whenever you would die and fail, it would not like throw a wrench in terms of your fun. Like, oh, I went like the ports wala thing where we were getting smashed into those things. If we
Yeah.
had to do that whole thing pehle, like starting, so then it would have been a chore, right?
True.
Yeah.
Lot of things they got right actually.
Oh, dude, there's production babies. Like, what the fuck does that
Oh
mean?
yeah, that's always there.
What does production babies mean?
Production babies is kind of like इस production cycle में if
What
someone
all
is
kids
born,
were. Oh,
yeah,
that's so
yeah.
fucking adorable, dude. That is so fucking cute.
Yeah.
That is awesome, dude. I never like saw that. Like, this is the first time I've seen that, dude.
Oh, it's there. Most of the games is there.
That's
Oh,
fucking
see how many
adorable.
QA testers. Oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah, because it's very tightly knit. I have very
Yeah.
few issues that I found throughout the thing, dude. Yeah, like, and then Call of Duty, 3 log.
Huh.
3 people. Like, sure, dude.
And it was them only. Like one of the designers or something like the level designer.
No, he started interning as a QA tester, then he became a lead designer mid fucking sec because the original designer left.
They took their user experience seriously. I could
Nah,
see that.
definitely. And I'll say one thing, dude. Majority of the systems, they work flawlessly. Like, even though they could have been like very complex in terms of it, you would get like, if you know it's aim and point, it would work. It's not like hit detection and everything. How much, the stupidity what certain games will add aim assist, but not, either they'll go overboard, either they'll like put it like next to nothing. So it's very
True.
annoying to play on the controller at times. So never felt in terms of controller, camera control, that I was having a hard time.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, dude. Fuck.
Crazy that this game exists actually. मतलब
Yeah,
मेरे को-
dude.
I can't
Especially in
believe it.
today's landscape where everyone is a cash, everything is a cash grab. This stands out in terms of story content, what it wants to achieve. It's like humorously wholesome. It's not even like, just wholesome. It is humorously. It has its funny moments. It like delivers, and it's not trying to overreach something what it's not. So I fucking love this shit, dude. Oh, so good. Senior activation manager.
If I think if this is the level that मतलब future indie studios, or maybe you can call it not indie,
Double
or
A.
maybe double A,
Yeah.
If this is the future of double A, then though it's damn nice. Like they will overthrow triple A very easily if this is the level that they are at.
Yeah, and the best part is, dude, with being double A, right? You all will, your community, or like the people, your fans, whatever, will always temper their expectations. It's not gonna be the cyberpunk, like, where even
True.
like, let's say Elden Ring also, dude. Elden Ring is going through the same hype that Cyberpunk went through.
It is.
Too much hype, dude. Like, it is so hyped up. But then it's the thing that in the recent years, CD Projekt has only made 3 games, and the 4th was Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
Like, but if you look at track record of FromSoft has created like a masterpiece after masterpiece after masterpiece. Yeah. So in that sense, like, it's a well-deserved like place, like, like hope or like expectation from that kind of thing. So I really hope, dude, Elden Ring just like brings. It's the thing, dude. This is the kind of game which I had stopped playing or caring about. Which this is such a long time I'm playing a game like this, dude. Like dead honest, like which is totally
Yeah, yeah.
co-op, narrative-driven co-ops, non-existent, dude. आज के landscape के अंदर.
True.
Like It Takes Two is like which was the A Way Out was the one before that, right?
A
That's
Way Out,
also a
yeah.
really nice game. Like, but uske andar little bit QA issues are there because it has little bit more, I would say, puzzles a
There
little
is.
bit, yeah, because
मतलब they were still, I guess, learning at that point or something like that. मतलब क्योंकि this is way more refined than that was.
yeah, the UX is way more tight knit in terms of what they wanted to achieve, so they were able to remove the excel because
Yeah.
uske andar they had like a lot of mini games. You remember there's a time where you can one person can throw bottles and the other person can shoot. Okay, so
Yeah.
the aiming is not that tight, so it can take a little bit time, and then certain things are hidden, like mini games are hidden, which are trophies. So there's a mini game where you have to bat with the kid, like you have to play ball.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so a lot of people miss that because there is no visual cue, but in this they kind of was able, like there's always a what is that trampoline thingy that you use? Yeah,
It's always
that's
there.
always like flying there, so you'll always notice
True.
there is a visual cue that will tell you that, oh, there is a mini game, come play and check it out. So that's like really
What I
nice.
see common between this studio, Hazelight and From Software, is two people just kind of refining their craft and not diverting from what their vision was.
Yeah, not
See,
chasing the trend, doing what they
yeah.
feel is what
See,
fits them.
they're just refining co-op games. They've been doing it for like their whole
Oh,
catalog has been co-op games.
yeah,
इनका
decade. We
Hazelight
can
का.
easily say a decade now, dude. Like literally, we
Yeah.
can say a decade now.
So now obviously when you get that product after मतलब इतने iterations तो it is gonna be a very good product. जैसे Elden के साथ भी same thing है. They've just been refining the Souls formula. Now they're very good at it. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And the funny thing is, right, like a lot of people don't realize that they'll be like, Bloodborne is a Souls like. No, it's a Souls game. Other
Yeah.
games are Souls like. You have to like realize that Dark Souls 3 is not a Souls like. It is a Souls game.
It
So
is
you,
it
yeah,
is the
so,
people
yeah,
who made the
yeah,
entire genre. So
yeah. You can't call
don't put them in the
cocaine.
same
Yeah,
category.
you can't call cocaine like cocaine is cocaine. You
This
gotta
is the purest. Yeah.
yeah. So look, the game journalism is kind of to be blamed at this point of time because it has become so niche, dude. Like मैं ऐसे बैठ के creative writing कर रहा था, ठीक है, and I was like writing on uh, if something is like the same thing what you're talking, if something is 9.9 or something is 9.5, then what makes an 8 or a 7? There has to be a proper logic. So if I say that Dark Souls, if I start like like if I have to rate games out of 10 only, and you would have to, if I say Dark
Yeah.
Souls 1 is 10 and then Dark Souls 3 becomes 9.8, 9.7, and I keep on cutting down or I keep on going up and down in that kind of sense, right? So at that
Yeah.
point of time, I would have to reach a time where I have to start giving middling games middling reviews. Like
True.
I can't go around and saying that like uh which is like give me a mediocre game which is okay, yeah, a game which is super good but is mediocre, I'll say. Uh which is the Souls copy for Sekiro Uncharted by Star Wars. What was that?
Oh yeah. For Fallen Order? Yeah.
Yeah, Fallen Order. Is Fallen Order a 9 or a 9.5?
If by that standard, though, it's not. अगर मतलब क्योंकि
Yeah,
obviously
in that sense, because you're being objectively looking at ratings, right? If you look at an
true.
isolation, that like what kind of adventure it gives you, to personally, you will be like, oh, dude, that's a fucking banging 8. I think majority
Yeah.
of people would call it a 8, right? Or 8 or a 8.5 at that point of time. But then if you say that if that is 8.5, but then Horizon is a very good game in terms of its combat and its world building, but then character RPG is not that great because the facial expressions of the world, because you only interact with people the 3/4 rule, right? The golden ratio logic. The person will be in
Yeah.
one frame and you have the questions in one side. So the animation is good, but it feels like dated at this point of time because the eyes and everything which they're fixing in the new ones, and the relationships and things that you build with the people were not that in like world affecting, like in the sense I'm talking about RPG of like Skyrim and like Oblivion is like smiles, like it's they were released decades before, but then it's not RPG, right? At that point of time it's a simulation story thing that with the point and select kind of a thing. So in that sense then it kind of is so weird. I was like super intrigued by that idea. I was not able to put it into words. Like it's not out of hate, it's out of love for something. That rather I would say. That it's not like I hate Horizon, it's that I love other games so much that I can't just like pass on some random game, the 9 or a 10, just like randomly.
Like GameSpot and IGN usually does.
Yeah. And this was a very long thing which I realized at one point of time, but I never realized recently. When Iron Man 2 was released, right? जिसके अंदर वो Mandarin वाला ऐसा वाला 2 या 3 whichever was the one.
Yeah.
IGN had given it 9.3 or something, or 9.4 because IGN gives it. But then I was like, dude, like how can you give that garbage movie, which everything was shown in the trailer, a 9? That's fucking impossible, dude. Like, it has to be a 7, and that is me being nice because people don't want to be rude when they're rating someone's other's work, right? You just want till the time you don't hate it, you will not give it a 5, because 5 means that you dislike it 50%. That's what generally the perceived idea is. People will not look at it as you enjoyed 50% of it. It has its faults, but you did enjoy it. So the glass half full. But because of the modern like media, when someone says it's a 5, you have a negative notion attached to it more rather than positive that it did good, because scales of good and bad are so skewed. If something is good, it is super good. If something is bad, then you'll be like, oh, 5 is super bad, dude. I would never eat at a restaurant which is 2.5, but I will eat at a restaurant which is like 4.9 versus 4.7 wala cheese, but distinction wala cheese. Yeah. So yeah, I find that very fascinating.
Pretty black and white.
Yeah, I find that very fascinating. That's why I wanted to always create like an aggregated review system, dude, for stuff, because Dark Souls 3
a lot of people have done that a lot of sites do that na, just recommend it or something like that, or even skill up does that I recommend or I don't recommend.
So मेरा है बोल
मतलब recent one that comes to mind जो ये मतलब इसमें is Deathloop, dude. Like, why did they give Deathloop 10? No one understood. Like, it's like, why did you do it?
Dude, Deathloop was such a funny
up
thing,
they used to go till 9, and they were like, okay, we can't push it beyond that because 10 is like, if we do 10, then people will be on to us. They'll be like, shut the fuck up. But they did 10. They gave it 10, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a very criteria. Yeah, and it's so interesting to look at that people also don't feel weird about it, dude. Like majority of people I talk to about, right? Like about movies and stuff. People literally don't pay attention to what they're rating in terms of, let's say, if someone says to me a restaurant is a 2.5, going back to the same thing, that means that is passable. It's not bad, it's neither good. You can order it and you wouldn't feel bad. But when you're ordering in at 2.5, you will feel very skeptic about ordering from 2.5.
Yeah.
Right. So in that sense, like I was like, fuck man, like that's kind of true. Like, maybe the food was good, but the packaging was fucking horrible. Like, so, yeah. So gaming ke andar is like, Assassin's Creed games would be super good if they only lasted 9 hours.
True.
But they last like some 70 or 120 hours, which they have no right fucking lasting that long. Right. Yeah. So then it kind of takes away from why if, like, again, Dark Souls 3 is so much good in PvP, right? But no other Souls game has that strong of a PvP community. Like, there's not a single Souls game that has that strong of a PvP balance and community, dude. Okay. So that deserves a higher praise at that point of time, right? For people who are looking at a Souls. Like, a lot of people think of Souls as a single player experience, but Dark Souls 3 is actually a multiplayer experience also at the side, right? Where people have fight clubs, they invade and shit.
Even 2, one for one I won't say that it is, but 2 and 3 both are kind of community driven experiences because a lot of PvPs there, and that's half of the fun.
Yeah, and I to tell people, dude, like uh, ki playing a Souls game pirated, you yourself are doing injustice to you because you don't see the messages, which itself is half of the fun of the game, dude.
Yeah.
Like where
It's like
people,
playing Monster Hunter pirated. Like you can play it pirated, but what's the point?
yeah,
Like
what's
the
the
point
point?
is,
Yeah.
wait.
It's the same thing, right? Like making communities, meeting people, having the good and bad experiences together, and like raids and everything. It's like everything comes together. It's about like coming. I was like telling Siddhant, dude, he's like, "Meko multiplayer games nahi khela." I'm like, but dude, multiplayer games are so fun, dude. Like I get it. Like you might feel at times that your entertainment is at like a mercy of someone else, maybe at times,
Huh.
because let's say you're playing a skill-based game, so if your teammates don't do good, it will affect your fun because you're losing or something. But at the same time, if you enjoy the journey rather than try to win every time, then like it'll just become enjoyable, dude. Like I have had a raid which lasted 9 hours, dude. I screamed at one person. We still fucking carried on. It was a day one raid for Vault of Glass, dude. And I still play with those people, dude, because it's about being mature and then like learning. Yeah, dude, people do get mad at each other. There is no point to be like, oh, he screamed at me, he called me an
True.
asshole and getting
It's
mad
like
at
any
it.
other sport where
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you,
yeah.
matlab in the moment, all that happens. But
Yeah, yeah. When you make a
मैं तो
mistake.
not even friends. I enjoy so much just with random people when I play. Playing with randoms also get so much slack, which matlab that's a different experience itself. Ke you playing with random people and you make friends along the way. That's also
Exactly,
pretty cool.
exactly. It's a no burden experience. You do not know what's in this. Like, my mama told me life is like a box of chocolates. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Forrest. Okay, Forrest. That's literally what it is, right? Life is like a box of chocolates, which you can like come across anything. So that makes it like, and that's why I love Destiny, dude. I tell people, hey, Destiny, Halo. For the first like half of the game, you'll feel like, why the fuck am I farming strikes? Why am I doing PvP? It makes no sense, whatever. Oh, the story is good, but then it ends. Like, then it takes another 3 months for new story to come. But
Yeah.
then the story is always there. Every 3 months, new story is coming. But then when you start doing raids, and like, Mamma mia, dude, it's so fucking good, dude. Raids, matlab.
Raids is where it all comes together for Destiny.
So like I have been that's the main reason for me to get into FF, dude. Like matlab, because after doing
That's
Destiny
also.
raids, I was like, man, raids are so much fun. Like the amount of friends that you make by just doing raiding, dude. Like you get to experience cultures, people. There's so much you learn from other stuff, how to explain
Yeah.
stuff. Like how do you explain things easily the 100 times the most simplest things? Like I've become so patient with these kind of things. Like on that basis. So
It's a completely different experience. So carrying people or फिर Discord पे someone is asking for मतलब a lot of people need help and then going मतलब I remember कि all these games में क्या होता है पहले you are the beginner, right? Someone else
yeah,
is helping you and you're like looking at their skill and their armor and everything. You're like what the like how do you get to this level?
yeah.
And
Why
then
are how no
later on
lifing
you
are
are
you?
there.
Yeah, then you are there. Is the
Then
thing.
you're there. Then you're helping other people.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
the part of
it's
community.
literally passing the torch of like
True,
like
true, true.
okay, the meme where there is a gigantic dude who's like covering over like shielding another tiny player. It's like MMO games and वो पीछे से arrows का rain हो रहा होता है. Have you seen that illustration?
Yeah.
Like MMO games are literally that, right?
Yeah,
Like if someone takes care of you, and then you take care of other people, kind of a thing.
true.
Destiny, like Vault of Glass had like an achievement where you had to carry 10 people and then they would give you an emblem just to showcase that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like my GPU was all dandy like at one point of time jab VOG release hua tha. So I was able to get 9 carries, and 9 carries itself is like almost 2 or 3 weeks of playing continuously, finding people जिन्होंने नहीं किया and carrying them. ठीक
True.
है. So around 9th के 8th 9th के ऊपर my GPU died and I didn't get to play. And
Oh
PS4
fuck.
पे I could not play fucking like like नहीं खेल सकता मैं
हाँ
PS4
वो
के ऊपर Destiny. It's
below
impossible.
30 FPS. हाँ.
हाँ,
Yeah.
below 30, 20 सब पर can't even fucking
Fuck
aim.
fuck.
So people who play, they're fucking gods, but I am a noob. I can't play on that. And then I got the
हाँ.
PS5, and I was like, I still can't aim on it, but it's a way better. It's like 1,000 times better experience in Destiny on
True.
PS5. So I was like, ठीक है, I'll try. So 31st December was the last date. Just then, like, no, you had to get like the another carry till 12 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And then on 28th, I message in my group, like, Discord, and like, man, I want to do a carry run. So can guys help me? And then like so many people, bitch, where the fuck have you been? We thought you fucking died or something. It's like all the people came out of woodwork. Man, we fucking miss you. You should come. So all of those fucking communities are so awesome. So one
हाँ
of my
they are.
friends, he actually made a new fresh account for Destiny, and then
हाँ.
he used that account to get me a carry, and then I got my carry emblem for 10 people in work. That is so fucking awesome. He's like, yeah, I have a fucking account, dude. I have a Smurf in Destiny. I'm like, why do you have a Smurf in Destiny? Just for things like that, dude. Let's go get a carry. So we did like till the boss checkpoint. We used his normal account and we were just chatting, having fun and everything. And then in the end, like he just switched out and we did the boss in like 2 or 3 tries. It was fucking
वही तो
awesome.
like that was like even मतलब इसलिए Warcraft was so big
Yeah.
when it came out because
And
of this
that's why
because of
people
the
talk
community.
about it in like such like high regards, right?
Yeah. And immediately when I saw the Destiny model, no, I was like, fuck. मतलब they've cracked it. They have found a way to mix MMO and
Shooters.
the mainstream games and MMO. They found a way to mix it. This is gonna be basically this is gonna be the future because वो model ही ऐसा है कि that should actually be how मतलब these things are handled, but it didn't happen, and it's only Destiny that's doing it.
Yeah, and if you
And
think
FF.
about it, there's other companies, I'll tell you. Like a lot of people don't give Call of Duty enough credit like this पे दूंगा. Call of Duty के puzzles are like very good in terms जो zombie वाले puzzles आते हैं.
हाँ
They're
they
very
are.
well thought out and like उसके puzzles and like जो horde modes रहते हैं, not the new ones, but they're very well crafted lore wise जैसे.
But
So
dude,
they're
the Call of Duty community is fucking
हाँ वो
that
childish
is
cancer है
very
ना.
stupid. Yeah. That's a very toxic community.
I will
So
fuck your
that
mom
one,
वाला
yeah.
community है वो.
That is completely opposite to FF community where they're like, oh, I'll help you complete the entire 120-hour journey. Just come with me. Like FF is too fucking helpful, and Call of Duty is too toxic.
हाँ FF के
Too.
अंदर तो लोग अडॉप्ट कर लेते हैं राइट पीपल विल
Yeah.
लाइक डेस्टिनी के अंदर भी वही है वॉरक्राफ्ट में भी वही होगा पीपल विल लिटरली अडॉप्ट यू फॉर योर जर्नी ऑफ लाइक व्हाट 100 आवर्स दे विल लॉग इन विद यू एवरी डे दे विल
हाँ.
सेट अप अ टाइम एंड लाइक हाँ इस टाइम पे आ जाओ सो
Souls
हम
community also is a mix of assholes, and Souls is like you have the one on one hand you have the PvP assholes और जो मतलब
ट्राई
just rank
हार्ड्स
करने के लिए troll
ट्राई
करने के लिए
हार्ड्स
and then you have the Sun Bros and all जो they're like oh I'll help you like the
Hey
whole game
dude, you
I'll
wanna
be
kill
with
a boss? And then let flex करके वो tear stone ring लगा के चल बेटा 1 hit kill. वो newbie is like what just happened? I was dying for like 2 weeks of this boss. वो एक नंगा बंदा आके वो bonk and then the boss died, rolled over and died.
also very interesting thing about Souls is के there's no voice chat मतलब there's no voice chat unless you kind of get your people together.
But the
So
thing is,
that's also
people, we
very
still
interesting.
communicate, dude. Like the
Yeah,
L1,
they
L1
find
spam,
ways to
like
communicate.
L1,
Yeah.
L1, L1, वो नहीं होता ऐसे करके,
हाँ
like,
वो they do.
and then emotes. The
Emote.
L1 spam, when I realized that it's actually a way of communicating. It's like Destiny के अंदर क्या है, people will teabag an emote in front of each other to communicate what is there.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shoot, stand here, and then as I said, Dark Souls is like वो emote करेगा जैसे like PvP के अंदर वो नहीं होते like gentlemen's होते हैं. They'll wait for you to do your whole setup. I want to do my Tears of Denial. I want to use Karthus Rogue. I want to use this. They'll wait for you to do that, and then L1, and then let's go, dude. Let's go fight. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome, dude.
Some guys put up that वो अपने वो जो stones वोन्स रहते हैं पूरा decoration करके रखते हैं उनके वहाँ पे when you reach there, no?
Yeah.
They're welcoming you kind of के okay now let's PvP. वो भी काफी fun रहता है.
वो
There are a lot of
stone,
creative people.
yeah, the stones are also there, right? Where you can throw
Yeah,
stones and they
that's
grate.
what I'm talking about, the
Yeah,
stones and all.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What does it say? Like one of the stones is great something, right? Good job or something.
हाँ, thank
Why-
you, good job, all of those are there.
Though they're so fucking hilarious. Good. No, who thought of that? It's such a fucking genius idea, dude.
अब तो मैं बता रहा हूँ, you should try Dark Souls 2 and you'll see कि
कि
वो
वो
क्या
गेम
चीज़
क्या
है.
है. हाँ, क्योंकि वो Dark Souls 2 तो खेलना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि Dark Souls 2 खेलना है ना मेरे को थोड़े दिनों में.
बस वही सही बात है
हाँ,
वो.
yeah.
2 खेल ही ले because it's a kind of a different मतलब experience in the Souls genre.
But that's the fun part about it, dude. Like every Souls is such a fucking new experience that you can't like put your finger on it what's different, but it is like such a unique way of experience. So Bloodborne on paper is like, oh, when I hit people, I get my health back in case they hit me. But overall, it just changes the pace of the game so differently, dude.
So much, yeah.
Like on your first playthrough, everyone is like, हाँ बे, हर एक किसी को मारूंगा. Then you're like, okay, I'm not gonna fight anything. And then like, okay, cool. कुछ कर आके I reached like the fucking first boss. Okay, I killed the first boss. Okay, cool. Easy. And then suddenly you reach Father Gascoigne and then your life is ruined for first time players. And like, क्यों है ये boss यहाँ पे? Gascoigne तो is literally एक तो Dark Souls has perfected the skill check वाला जो वो
yeah, it has.
Things would just become skill check है ये आपका, like literally. Like I am making one of my friends play Dark Souls 3 right now. So मतलब PS पे you share play, so you can stream your screen, right? Yeah, or you can just like PS5 पे तो वैसे you can just stream. So वो अभी खेल रहा है, वो बेचारा पता है कहाँ पे अटका है. वो डांसर से लड़ रहा है, डांसर मार रही है, ठीक है. वो पॉन्टिफ के पास जा रहा है, पॉन्टिफ मार रहा है उसको. तो he has literally no place to fucking go to progress through the game. The only thing that is left is Yom को मारेगा, but Yom तो आसान फाइट है. Yom के बाद कुछ नहीं है.
There's nothing, yeah.
There's nothing. Yom ko maroge, you will reach like, the dancer. That's literally the whole. You have to kill the dancer or you have to kill like the pontiff. He's like, ट्राई किया पैरी करने का, तो पैरी करने के लिए पूरा गेम लोग ट्राई नहीं करते पैरी करने के लिए. एंड देन फिर वो एक बार 2 शील्ड बार निकाल के ट्राई करेंगे पैरी करने के लिए, फिर पैरी नहीं होगा, देन दे विल गिव अप ऑन इट. सो ही इज गेटिंग डिस्ट्रॉयड. ही इज, और ठीक है. एंड Pontiff is so weird because the game just flips like on its head, because Pontiff is just like a Dragon Ball fucking villain, dude. Like वो मतलब ठीक है. एंड मैं तो हंस रहा था कि वो बोल रहा है Pontiff तो कभी नहीं मरेगा. हम लोग भाई इसका क्या होगा जब ये नेमलेस किंग के पास जाएगा? भाई तो रो देगा मतलब.
True.
भाई मैं नेमलेस किंग पे तो मैं आराम से 50 बार मरा था bro. Like that was like fuck hard boss.
हाँ.
And then
मैं तो when I realized के first phase में don't lock on, तब उसके बाद फिर मेरा sorted हो गया. Then
epiphany है ना वो एक, when you realize that अरे lock on नहीं करना बे, and then you can remove lock on mid running and then you can focus at that, like to learn that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Fuck man. भाई that's fucking bro. And but yeah, Sister Freed I used to be like अरे पहली बार मैं I killed Sister Freed very easily. Okay. So I didn't worry about it much. I'm like Sister Freed, I find Sister Freed easier compared to Nameless King. This time I was playing, I destroyed Nameless King in like my third or fourth try. Or bhai, I was like, I must have died at like easily 20 times at like Sister Freed. Like easily. Like trying random things, because बस वो 2 हिट मारती थी, HP गायब हो जाता था. क्योंकि मैं I don't want to level up extra also. I want to stay under 90 also. So I'm like fuck man, level up तो नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं तो इसी पे रह रहा हूँ. रिसोर्सेज भी खत्म हो जाते हैं तो फिर मतलब डार्क सोल्स इज लाइक हा नो रिसोर्सेज लोल व्हाट यू गोना डू.
हाँ, वो I've experienced that कि कुछ कई builds में कोई boss are easier, कई builds में सब bosses are easier.
Yeah, and that's what like gives you an appreciation for the game for bosses, like that this boss could also be hard. I remember the first time I did my naked run, before that I used to think Crystal Sage is the easiest boss ever, ठीक है. But when I did my without clothing, just like no armor or nothing and just like a sword, Crystal Sage is fucking hard, dude, क्योंकि वो 2 hits के अंदर like और one shot हो जाओगे उसके beam से and like stagger होगा कोई भी एक hit से. So then it felt like, you know, challenging. It felt like hard at that point of time. Then I was like, हाँ भाई Crystal Sage आसान नहीं है. So whenever I would play with a new player and they'll be like, oh Crystal Sage बहुत easy है, then I'll be like, yeah dude, now it feels like. But when you revisit the game at different times, it will change your perspective and you appreciate the game more. Yeah, because I was also in the same position as the other person. Gloaty, अरे ये तो boss बहुत आसान है, मतलब जैसे उसके मेरा जो फ्रेंड आ रहे हैं उसके साथ यही हो रहा है. Till now he is just like, this is so easy bro, and then the game is suddenly like, you know, upside down because I was making sure he levels up at the correct time, he does not lose his soul, because then the game becomes frustrating that it's not fun to lose souls continuously and then not knowing which weapon to upgrade.
For some people who don't know the souls formula and all, वो उनके लिए frustrating हो जाता है.
Yeah, so for the first playthrough, yeah, so I was like, I'll just tell you, use this, like, you know, यहाँ पे ये weapon है, you can try these weapons and then you can see which weapon to upgrade. Like, ये resources you can use, don't worry about it. All the resources are plenty. So it was a more freeing experience, so he can experiment, he can pick up whatever he wants. Like, I will not tell him कि यहाँ जाना है, but if he picks up something or if he's missing something, and then I'll be like, oh, यहाँ से left लेगा तो एक item पड़ा है जो key item है, you can pick it up like Estus shard or so it becomes easier. So like that's fine. But then is वो destroy हो रहा है, मतलब वो 3 दिन से online नहीं आया है क्योंकि वो 2 दिन पहले उसकी वाट लगी थी and then weekend पे आज खेलूंगा, ठीक है, and then he's like, हाँ पे नहीं खेल रहा मैं, आज तो थोड़े दिन बाद में आता हूँ मैं online. तो वो तो literally wall पे है, he's literally at the wall.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
और वो एक्चुअली पॉन्टिफ में बहुत लोगों का होता है क्योंकि वही मतलब वो that's where the real Dark Souls begin.
Yeah, हाँ वो real Demon Souls begins here वाला जोक मार दिया तू मेरे पे.
हाँ बस वो वही वाला सीन.
हाँ real Dark Souls begin. हाँ वो skill check है dude, like that shit is a skill check. There is like no reason to not believe the same. Fuck man, I had fun in Takes Two, dude. Fucking awesome game.
हाँ सही में it was really fun. मतलब we can, अगर तू बाद में if you are interested वो लेगा तो फिर we can go for a platinum.
Platinum also.
I don't think we'll have to go through the whole game again, but chapter select से करना पड़ेगा I think.
वो we can look at also, right? कौन से वो
हाँ we'll have to look it up actually. हाँ क्योंकि इसके थोड़े random है.
Which other game you want to play something like this ऐसा जो है? Or any other
ऐसा?
No, any other game which you want to play together, let me know. We can pick.
बता, you were saying कौन सा बोल रहा है तू? हाँ, Monster Hunter also you have, no? We can try that. और
base Monster Hunter definitely we can play. Like
मैं भी base में ही हूँ, हाँ. Iceborne तो is after you complete like 50 hours of base game then
देख वो like the हिंदी phrase right, दिल्ली भी बहुत दूर है तो Iceborne तो दूर, बहुत दूर की बात है वो, मतलब forget about it वाला चीज़ है वो.
बस तो we can try that. Otherwise और क्या है? Oh, we can try this one, no? Deep Rock Galactic we'll try.
Oh, we can try Deep Rock Galactic for sure. मैं अपना library देखता हूँ.
People playing that on, मतलब मेरे उसमें आता रहता है friend list में काफी लोग खेल रहे हैं.
Deep Rock Galactic तो is like everyone plays. And till date I'll say, dude, we would have played this much amount of things if we didn't start with Bloodborne on PS4. We would have played more games together. Because I am always willing to log in and like jump through the hoops like and do stuff like उस हिसाब से. ठीक है. Dude थोड़ा उसके अंदर आलसी हो जाता है. अबे यार कौन करे?
हाँ वो dude एक दो बार ही try करता है उसके बाद he's like
एक बार after that he's like नहीं
हाँ एक बार ही करता है.
एक बार he's like नहीं हो रहा, बहुत like tension है, let's play something else and like done.
हाँ uninstall. फिर खेलता ही नहीं.
तो like अरे चुतिया गेम है बे, नहीं खेलना और कुछ खेलते हैं.
True.
और कौन सा?
हाँ नहीं तो Dark Souls 2 भी अगर मतलब but अब obviously अगर तू
first time खेल रहा हूँ then I would like want to play on my own, right?
Yeah. Go forward with the first one or maybe we can do 3 का second new game plus Dark Souls 3 का
Oh,
क्योंकि I am
half
also
of
new game plus you can
okay,
do
cool.
that.
New game plus पे है ना मेरा I can be done in like what 2 hours. So मतलब we can start playing
True.
आसानी से. Which other Deeper Galactic है. तूने Destruction All Stars खेला है क्या?
Oh yeah, I
Is it
tried
good
it.
or is it bad?
It's not good. I don't think it's good, but we can try again क्योंकि मैंने बहुत 1 घंटे खेला था because it came with the PS5 I think.
वो
And
PS Plus वाला जो चीज़ था.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. अच्छा, Darksiders 3 is not co-op, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. Dude, which was the game which was released like a month back? अरे सुन, Fall Guys download कर Fall Guys खेलते हैं.
Fall Guys. Oh yeah, Fall Guys there in the library.
मैं अभी डाउनलोड कर रहा हूँ. That is the most like non fucking BT game ever. कभी भी 1-2 सेशन के लिए ऑनलाइन आओ, laugh at stuff and then just go. मतलब उस हिसाब से.